and these companies are, are managed by very competent people. Are the people sitting in the government or bureaucrats, are they more competent than these people? They are. These are Navaratna companies. They have their own economy, and these board, they have independent board. Let them decide. Let the government step back. I think then we will not face this kind of problem. Not only this, I would like to go a little beyond it. Let there be competition between the Navaratna company. Let Indian Oil pay a little bit more than ONGC, or Hindustan Petroleum a little bit more than Bharat Petroleum. Let there be competition so that the fittest, the important thing is to encourage,
right. Perhaps Sareen sir, you were wanting to make a point. I'll come to you also, sir.
Madam, तो जैसे मिस्टर शाह ने बोला है कि क्वेश्चन किया है कि, और बिल्कुल उन्होंने ठीक बात कही है कि आग लगने के बाद उसका बुझाने का नहीं इंतजाम किया जाता, आग लगे ही ना तो इसके लिए पहले सोचना चाहिए सरकार को। मैं समझता हूँ अब भी एक वक्त है कि जैसे ये ट्रांसपोर्ट की स्ट्राइक का 6वां दिन चला गया है और ये जो हम स्मॉल स्केल इंडस्ट्री को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं, हमें पता है कि कितना बड़ा नुकसान हो रहा है। एक छोटी छोटी इंडस्ट्रीज, और जो अब 1,30,00,000 के करीब इंडस्ट्रियल यूनिट हैं स्मॉल स्केल के, और उसमें 10 करोड़ के करीब लोग इन्वॉल्व हैं जो एम्प्लॉयमेंट का, और ये और अगर स्ट्राइक बढ़ती है और दिन जाती है तो बहुत बड़ा नुकसान होगा। तो इसलिए अब मैं समझता हूं कि सरकार को भी चाहिए, क्योंकि उनकी ट्रांसपोर्टर्स की कोई डिमांड भी कोई अनजेन्युइन नहीं है, और आम पब्लिक को भी सोचते हैं कि ये बिल्कुल जैसे वो कहते हैं सर्विस टैक्स कम होना चाहिए और डीजल का रेट जो है कम होना चाहिए, ये हर व्यक्ति आज कह रहा है, ये सिर्फ ट्रांसपोर्टर नहीं है। तो इसलिए ये मैं समझता हूं कि सरकार को इमीडिएटली और इसके पर विचार करना चाहिए, अदरवाइज इंडस्ट्री के अंदर बहुत बड़ा नुकसान होने का अंदेशा है।
Yes, Mr. Bani, yes, please go ahead.
I would like to make 2-3 points. Number one, this is a wake-up call for everybody, in particular for the government. What has happened to the oil can happen in other sectors also, and it has been happening since globalization in a variety of ways, different modes. We have to be cautious after seeing the economic meltdown, which is visible even in the States and all over the Western world, which is having a trickle-down effect here. We have to be cautious against militarization of our economics, a spirit of give and take, a spirit of negotiations, a spirit of compassion, a spirit of talking to the officers, talking to the workers, and a broad coalition for a better India has to take place. Not just tinkering with the problem. One of your Doordarshan broadcasts had a very good ghazal many years ago, Neend aa gayi to gam ke nazare chale gaye. Let us not sleep, let the government not sleep from October to December, from October to now. They have been sleeping on some issues.
What another caller has to say from Delhi. We are joined by Mr. Rajdeep Agrawal. Please ask your question.
Yeah, first of all, I must say that this is the first time I am hearing a positive note on oil strike on the TV. Everyone has been quite against these people. Two things must be understood. Well, you cannot equate the private sector that the oil price in India was low and the products price, and the oil was hovering about $100 or $140 per barrel. They withdrew from retailing, while the public sector companies kept on selling even at a loss. The second point is that this agitation by oil sector people has been going on for 12 years, not just for 2 days. So when no one listened to them, only then they went to the strike. And this strike has been smashed in a very undemocratic manner by the government. And I don't know, if you keep unmotivated people, what would you get out of them? So I want to know the panel's views on this.
Right, we'll get them to answer you, but we are just having a discussion and the opinions. We have all the sides which are saying that, well, yes, strike should be used as a last resort, and no, and it's not really a positive sign there. Just a bit of information for a caller there. Yes, he's raising valid
just
point.
one answer,
yes,
one
Mr.
line
Pandey.
answer. ESMA, POTA, and all these weapons are not the answer. Negotiations to decide are the answer.
Well, my view is like Mr. Agrawal saying, I think we need to kind of, evolve a kind of mechanism so that, we can also use the expertise available with these officers, so that we don't basically find ourselves in the kind of situation where they have to feel so angry, they feel that the government has smashed the strike. In fact, one of the morning newspaper used this headline, which I think is unfortunate, because after all, don't forget one thing, that they are very important part of the Indian nation, and we need them in order to make India an economic superpower. So my personal view is that we need to engage, we need to build this, expand this constituency, and I think therefore it is very important. I feel that the time has come now for the government now to give these companies genuine autonomy, tell them, look, this is what you have got from us, this is our mandate, and the government should step in only if they are doing something which is not in the country's interest. Otherwise, these companies are quite competent companies, these are managed by very nice people, and then let them also compete, and we would find that, they would find a solution which would be then the best interest of the employees, officers, management, stakeholders, shareholder, government of India, you and me, and the entire nation.
Right. Mr. Singh, yes, coming to you now, one point that was also raised by was that perhaps it's been a step too harsh taken by the government. One of the panelists said that. Now, under this circumstances, what do you make of the entire situation here? What do we actually do in such a situation when there's a nation, when there are people, it's in public interest that you should call off the strike, and on the other side there are demands like these, and people resort to strike measures?
मैं इससे पहले ये कहना चाहूँगा कि जिस तरह से कि आज 50 साल पहले जो सिस्टम था, आज मॉडर्न तरीके बदल गए हैं, मैनेजमेंट के तरीके बदल गए हैं, कंप्यूटर युग आ गया है, बड़ा फास्ट एक्शन की ज़रूरत होती है, हर जगह फास्ट. तो सोए रहने से और काम नहीं चलेगा, चाहे सरकार हो, चाहे प्राइवेट भी लोग हों, और उनको आज माइंडसेट चेंज करना पड़ेगा, और आज के हालात के मुताबिक, और उनको सोचना चाहिए. सरकार को भी देखने, जैसे अब सैलरी है, अब जैसे पहले सैलरी बहुत कम हुआ करती थी, अब ग्लोबलाइजेशन के हमें करना पड़ेगा, कंपटीशन करना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो हमारा अच्छा मैनेजर जो है सब बाहर चल जाएंगे. तो इस तरह से गवर्नमेंट को भी और ये सोचना चाहिए. और मैं समझता हूँ मेरे विचार में कि जैसे ये मैं पहले भी कहा है बात, कि ये पेट्रोल वाली जो डीजल वाली जो स्ट्राइक थी, ये बहुत ही खतरनाक स्टेप था, बड़ा ड्रास्टिक स्टेप था. तो इसको रोकने के लिए सरकार को नेगोशिएशन करके ठीक करना चाहिए था, लेकिन अगर ये रुकता ना तो मैं समझता हूँ इसका बहुत बड़ा लॉस होता. ये जो भी, लेकिन हम वेरी सॉरी कि भी इस तरह से स्टेप करके करना पड़ा है. जैसे कई बार डॉक्टर को बड़ा सीरियस ऑपरेशन करना पड़ता है, विलिंग ना होते हुए भी वो ऑपरेशन करना पड़ता है. तो ऐसी मजबूरी के लिए अगर कोई ऐसा करना भी पड़ा है तो मैं समझता हूँ देश को बचा लिया है. अगर ये स्ट्राइक और ज्यादा चलती, देश का बहुत बड़ा नुकसान हो.
Right, Mr. Pandey, we have few minutes left to close the show. Now we have one very strong opinion here that perhaps this was not really a step that should have been taken first of all, and if it was taken, some sorts of measures had to be taken by the government to call off, so in public interest. Your last comment on this?
Public interest needs greater definition. Public interest means people's interest also. It doesn't mean the interest of just the upper middle classes or some other classes. Truckers are lifeline of the nation. They have been putting their demands from year to year. I've been seeing it, and similarly as far as public sector employees too. I think the time is that we recognize our Navratnas. It's time we recognize that India is not America. It is time we recognize
so
that.
what's the way out? In one line, if you could just tell what's the way out. Mr. Tanya is highlighting probably there should be a mechanism, there should be negotiation, there should be a platform to discuss everything, and autonomy of some kind should be given.